Hello! So we've got a new post for old school RuneScape called the free-to-play trial expansion. So let's check out what it's all about. We all have the same aims for old school. We want a vibrant and active community as well as a stable game to play. We both believe that free-to-play has a part to play in achieving this, which is why they are opening the free-to-play trial to players who have not had membership for 90 days. As mentioned when they first spoke about it back in the Bots and Free-to-Play dev blog, link here if I have the video for it, in May, our biggest risk with free-to-play are players unsubscribing and playing the free-to-play game. If the revenue generated from old school starts to suffer because of this, there's a possibility of support for it being allocated somewhere else, which means in turn less updates. This is something neither you nor we want, and a successful game is something that both us and they want. So this is why in May they opened the free-to-play on a trial basis for new members. When we launched the trial, they were looking for two things: how bots will behave, and the new accounts decide to go to free-to-play and either become members 2 weeks later than they would normally do, or not subscribe at all. So the first thing is bots. When they released the free-to-play trial, they did see a sudden glut of bots joining the game with the intention of farming use and selling the proceeds. However, it seemed they hadn't read the dev blog properly because they mentioned they would disable U-trees for the trial. They saw a huge amount of accounts with level 40 woodcutting standing around scratching their heads just before they banned them. The graph below shows the amount of unique bots in old school. As you can see, after its initial peak over the first couple of weeks, the bots in the game have remained stable and at a very manageable amount. As we can see from the graph, it has had a sharp rise when free-to-play started, then a huge drop, and then it's rather constant. So that looks like it's quite good. So this led them to conclude that free-to-play without U-trees is not going to increase the bot population. With the added improvements in the bot hunting processes they are seeing that 75% of gold farming accounts are being banned within 48 hours of being created, so bots are more under control now than ever. Next, they've got the new accounts. One of the things they wanted to answer with the free-to-play trial was how subscribing behaviour would change for new accounts. When the free-to-play trial was launched, they immediately saw a reduction in about 30% of new accounts becoming members. However, this more than made up for the amount of accounts and then becoming members, leaving us with a net gain, which has allowed old school to grow in members every day since the trial. The trial has been a success in regards to extra members it's brought into the community. The free-to-play to pay-to-play conversion rate we have seen is as good as RuneScape has ever had in the last 5 years. The average subscriber played old school for about 23 hours before becoming a member. As you can see from the graph below, 90% of players who subscribed did so before the 11th day of the trial. Due to the strong conversion rate and that most players are subbing well before the end of the trial, they have no plans to extend the trial for a longer period of time, or offer a free-to-play version where you have access to it permanently. We think that giving permanent access to free-to-play will cause more members to unsubscribe without bringing any noticeable increase in the new members, which does help delivering what we are aiming for, a vibrant and active community to support the stability of old school. We know that for some of you, the prospect of permanent free-to-play system to how it was in 2007 is appealing, and you will be disappointed that we are not heading in that direction. However, it is important to realise that the commercial environment that has changed hugely in the last, and revenue streams such as adverts bring in a fraction of what they did back in the day. So, the next steps. One thing that did surprise us with the trial is there was a significant amount of players who created new accounts, played them for a bit and subscribed with an existing account. These are returning players who went to the trouble of making a free account, realising they were enjoying themselves and making their main account a member again. Clearly the next step to take in this trial is to remove the barriers for returning players so they can access the trial on their main accounts. So, from the 24th of July until the 28th of August, any account which has not had members for 90 days will have access to the free-to-play servers for 2 weeks. This will be the addition to the trial continuing to work for new accounts. While the second part of the trial is ongoing, we'll be analysing the results to see how things go. In a similar fashion to the new account trial, we'll be monitoring how returning players subscribe and what changes this trial will have on them. Once we have the data we need from this trial, we can look at what the next step will be. So how can we help? With the trial opening up for returning members, this gives a great opportunity to get in touch with past old school players. We were told by a lot of you that some of your friends didn't want to come back and start a new account, and this is the ideal opportunity to let them know that they now can. For all the clans out there, we'll be allowing you to update your members list in the Clan Cup if you want to invite some old clan members to fight for you in the free-to-play Clan Cups. Let's get some impressive turnouts which will help push clans forward and show everyone what excitement you can get. We hope to see a lot of players take advantage of this opportunity and help even more. We are leaving the summer special offer for 25% off 3 months of membership open until the 28th of July, so they can get a good deal on their membership too. At the end of the day, the more success they have with the trials, the bigger and better the community will become. You will see more players, make more friends, and enjoy old school even more. And as always, discuss this update on the forums. What a great update. I really like the fact they're trying to expand free to play. Unfortunately, they said they're not really looking to make it permanent, which I would like. But I see every small update to free to play as a step into having a permanent free to play. So if you've enjoyed my video, please like and comment. If you want to see more updates on old school, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.